Let us settle in. Imagine the green and rolling hills of colonial Virginia in the mid-18th century. Into this world, on April 28, 1758, a boy named James Monroe was born. His home was Westmoreland County, birthplace, too, of George Washington. He grew amidst thick forests and wide rivers, life ruled by the seasons and hard work. His family were respected planters, modest, diligent, and self-reliant. His father, Spence, carpenter and farmer. His mother, Elizabeth, of Welsh stock. Education was precious. At Campbelltown Academy, he studied Latin and mathematics. He learned alongside another future giant, John Marshall. Books opened a wider world, history, philosophy, the forces shaping his times. Tragedy struck. By 16, he was an orphan, responsible for younger brothers. An uncle, Joseph Jones, guided him to the College of William and Mary toward destiny. 1774. Monroe arrives at college, but studies would not hold him for long. Williamsburg hummed with talk of liberty. Ideas raced like wildfire. Fiery voices stirred a duty deeper than any lecture. By early 1776, the call to arms could not be ignored. At 18, James Monroe enlisted, 3rd Virginia Infantry, commissioned a lieutenant. He endured Valley Forge, the cold, the hunger, the iron of perseverance. Then came a desperate gambit, Washington's strike at Trenton. Monroe rode in the vanguard, the first wave over the icy Delaware on Christmas night. In the streets of Trenton, he led men through fire. A musket ball tore his shoulder. He fell, bleeding fast. A swift-thinking doctor stemmed the blood. Fate spared him. For bravery, he was made captain by a grateful Washington. His combat days ended, but the war remade him. He had bled for a new nation, bonded forever to its cause. Needing a new path, Monroe found a mentor, Thomas Jefferson, Virginia's governor. Jefferson urged him to study law, the language of governance. He devoured law, history, and political philosophy, an apprenticeship in statecraft. A deep bond formed, democratic ideals, faith in the common man, an agrarian republic. In 1782, he joined the bar and the Virginia House of Delegates. As a delegate, he met a weak central government, heavy debts, quarrelsome states. He saw the Article's flaws and favored stronger national sinew. He worried over rights, then worked to turn ideals into policy, unity, and westward growth. This was his proving ground, preparing him for greater burdens. Next would come the world stage. In 1794, Washington sent Monroe to France, into a Europe aflame. He was warmly received, voicing American friendship to thunderous applause. He even secured Thomas Paine's release from a French prison. But Jay's treaty soured France. Monroe criticized it, now at odds with Washington. His reports strained trust. By 1796, he was recalled, stung by controversy. Jefferson gave him a second chance, Paris again to secure New Orleans. Napoleon, needing money, stunned them, offering all Louisiana. Overnight, the nation could double, an improbable windfall. Monroe and Livingston seized the moment, negotiating the Louisiana Purchase. Commerce secured, horizons widened, one of America's greatest diplomatic feats. Service in Britain and Spain followed, Monroe's name now woven into statecraft. He returned seasoned, ready for responsibility at home. Under Madison, he would guide the nation through trial toward the presidency. The diplomat had helped midwife a larger United States. After the War of 1812, the Federalists waned. The country craved unity. In 1816, Monroe was overwhelmingly elected 5th president. He toured the states, humble, approachable, healing regional rifts. He inspected forts and public works, calm leadership, practical progress. In his old officer's coat, he embodied the founding spirit. He appointed a strong, broad cabinet, Adams as Secretary of State. Growth surged, settlers pushed west, borders took shape. In 1819, the U.S. acquired Florida, frontiers secured. He won re-election in 1820, all electoral votes but one. One elector preserved Washington's unique unanimity, an honor kept. Steady, pragmatic, unifying, Monroe gave America breathing room. Beneath the era's calm, slavery threatened to split the nation. By 1819, the Senate stood balanced, 11-11. Missouri sought slave statehood, balance imperiled, tempers flared. A proposal to restrict slavery in Missouri enraged Southern leaders. Jefferson called it a fire bell in the night, a terror for the Union. Monroe kept to executive bounds, but worked quietly to preserve peace. The deal, Missouri slave, Maine free, a line at 3630 across Louisiana. Above that line, slavery barred, Missouri accepted. It saved the Union for a time. The wound remained. Across Latin America, republics rose, echoes of the American and French revolutions. Europe's monarchies eyed a return, Spain reclaiming, Russia pressing from Alaska. Britain opposed new colonies, its navy dominant and commerce at stake. London sought a joint stance. John Quincy Adams demurred. America should stand alone. Better to avow our principles than trail as a cockboat behind Britain. On December 2nd, 1823, Monroe set forth America's creed. First, the Americas were closed to new European colonies. Second, interference with the new republics would be unfriendly to the United States. A simple, audacious line, the Americas for the Americans. A turning point in policy and pride. The doctrine crowned his presidency. Britain's navy gave muscle, but the idea was America's. He expanded borders, steadied defenses, bridged factions. Then the era faded. A messy succession fractured harmony. A new political age dawned. In 1825, he stepped away, the last of the Virginia dynasty and of revolutionary presidents. Retirement brought debts and petitions. He sold Highland, later Oak Hill, yet still counseled his successors. Widowed, unwell, he moved to New York with his daughter, duty intact, strength waning. On July 4th, 1831, he passed, the third early president to die on Independence Day. Often overshadowed, yet vital, steady, patriotic, and profoundly effective. A bridge from the founders to the future, leaving America larger, more unified, more sure. If this journey sparked your curiosity, follow for more.